we doing, guys? Welcome to the preview and the predicted lineup. Arsenal against Everton. It's the final game of the season. And I can actually say that we're in with a chance of winning the title on the final day. It comes down to this. We're at that point where you sit and look back on so many games during the course of the season, where you look at drop points, where if, buts and maybes and everything else. There's so many of them that I will look at if we don't win the Premier League title. But yeah, listen, we need an almighty favour from West Ham at Manchester City. And yeah, it's one of those ones, man. Your heart and your head tell you two different things. Firstly, before I go and get into it, we need to take care of our business, because we're all talking this week, and I understand it. Everybody, supporters and whatnot, are all talking about, what could possibly happen with Man City. Could West Ham get something? Could they get the draw? Whatever it might be. But we also need to focus and remember that we've got a team to play and beat ourselves. Because could you imagine if Man City do go and lose or draw and we don't beat Everton? Oh my word. It gives me cold shivers thinking about it. Oh, that would be absolutely horrific, wouldn't it? But there's no problem. I would say no better. Yeah, I'm trying to choose my words wisely here, because I don't want to say there's no better team to play. But in terms of our record against Everton at the Emirates, statistically, then there is no better team to play, if that makes sense. More goals, victories and everything else against no other team bar Everton. We've played Everton on the last game of the season before, recently, but one in particular, when we won the league. Remember, Tony Adams went through right at the end. Would you believe it? Doing anything to try and hype it, ain't you? But yeah, like I said, first and foremost, take care of our business. Now, Everton, they're not going to be fighting relegation or anything else. They're safe. Everything's good. But they're going to obviously play maybe with that bit of freedom, because they've got nothing to play for. Or, of course, it could be the other way, where they're, on the beach. Who knows? But, if you don't understand the permutations and what could possibly happen, it's very, very, very simple. Manchester City win, they're champions. Manchester City win and we lose or draw, they're still champions. If Manchester City lose or draw and we win, we are the champions. If they draw and we win, we finish the season on the same points, but we win the league on goal difference. And there's nothing that will change that goal difference. What will be, will be. I look at West Ham, and again, they're a side that, they can't do anything else in terms of their league position. They can't go up, down, etc. I think they're going to stay in 9th place. They can't get Europe or anything. But it's David Moyes' last game at West Ham before he leaves. This is Mikel Arteta's former manager at Everton. This is Declan Rice's former team. I feel that in terms of West Ham's front line, they're very dangerous. The likes of Kudus, Paqueta, Bowen, even Antonio, they're a dangerous side. It's just defensively, especially away from home of late, they've been shambolic. And this will either go one or two ways. Man City will be very comfortable and win this game 4-5-0, or it's going to be very edgy. And what I will say with Man City and final games of the season, when it goes to a final game of the season, there's two in particular involving Man City. The Aguero moment, they were playing QPR, a side that are far much worse than West Ham and were finished, and that was a foregone conclusion. And they nearly blew that 2-1 down until injury time, and the rest is history. A few years ago, they needed to lose on the final day for Liverpool to win the league, and they went 2-0 down against a then poor Aston Villa side. And in the 75th minute, it was still 2-0, but by the 81st minute, it was 3-2. So that would be my worry. If West Ham were, winning or even drawing up until around about the 80th minute or so, I feel it would just be this avalanche, craziness. What we need, ideally, is for Man City to be winning by 1 goal, 1-0, 2-1, doesn't matter. Goes into injury time, and then West Ham score. So there's no chance that Man City can go and get a goal. It's done. It's like last kick of the game. You've got to remember Ward-Prowse as well. Imagine there was a injury time free kick and he picked one out, peach in the top corner. And like I said, it's heart and head. My head tells me that title's gone, focusing on next season. We've had a great season. The games where we lose points and all of that kind of stuff, we'll dissect that in the end of season, review and whatnot. But my heart, like a lot of fans, will tell you the opposite. And it will say that there could be a fairy tale ending, and it could tell you that Bowen's gonna, score, or I don't know, man. You're just hoping at the end of the day. The reality is that come 6 o'clock, I'm probably sitting here feeling very down and dejected and absolutely gutted that we've missed out and we've got so close. But I also know we're not going away, and that if it's not this season, we will win the Premier League next season, and you can quote me on it. As far as I'm concerned, our squad is excellent. It's a young squad. We're going to get rid of a lot of the fringe players and the deadwood, and we're going to strengthen. And we're only going to get better. And bar Man City, everyone else, I think everyone else is going to be fighting for that, Champions League spots and Europa League. And it'll be Arsenal, Man City fighting for the title again. There's always a surprise package in there. I think Chelsea will do better next season. But even then, you don't know what's going to happen with Pochettino and whatnot, and if he's still going to be the manager. There's a lot to take in and look at and whatnot. But final game, let's get our job done. So with that said, let's go and get into the predicted lineup. And do you know what? This is going to be very, very, very straightforward. Starting off in goal, David Raya. Right back will be Ben White. Right centre-back, William Saliba. Left centre-back, Gabriel. And left back, Tomiyasu. We're going to go with Thomas Partey just in front. We're going to have Bukayo Saka, Martin Odegaard, Declan Rice, and then Trossard. And up front as the main striker, false nine, whatever you want to call it, will be Kai Havertz. So there we go. That is it for the preview and the predicted lineup. Please, West Ham, do me a favour. Do me something, anything. Whatever happens, it's in God's hands now. So if you're new around here, hit the subscribe button, smash a like on this video, and I will see you lot soon. I'm out of here.